Well, good evening, everybody. How are we? All right. We're warming up. Very good. My name is Wes Waddell. I'm a board member of Bushwick Northwest, a 501c3 member-supported nonprofit organization which works to deliver literature, music, and songwriting to the Seattle community while building the next generation of musicians and readers. And we are delighted to continue our 2018-2019 season with original music inspired by Octavia Butler's Parable of the Talents. We'd like to thank our presenting organization tonight, Town Hall Seattle. And our season also would not be possible without help from sponsors like For Culture, Seattle Office of Arts and Culture, KBCS 91.3 FM, Jack Straw Cultural Center, Alpha Graphics, Inked.com, Seattle Arts and Lectures, and our host this evening, Langston Hughes Performance Institute. Big hand for them, opening their doors. Tonight, you will be hearing brand new songs inspired by Octavia Butler's work from Tiffany Wilson, Nikkita Oliver, Reggie Garrett, Levon Hardison, Arthur James, J.R. Rhodes, and Okanomode Soulchild. So let's get things rolling with our host this evening and the co-curator of tonight's lineup, DJ Riz Rollins.
Hey. Y'all done this before, right? I don't really need a mic. I'm a Baptist. I know how to talk to people. Y'all have done this before? How many people were here last year? We got half, almost half and half. Half new, half not new. My name is Riz. I prefer that. The DJ Riz thing has gotten on my nerves. You know, it's like Mr. DJ Riz. That's dumb. I'm just Riz. It's a wonderful vision to see you this year for this event. We did this last year, a little over a year ago, and it was one of the highlights of my entire year. And I get to do a lot of shit. Okay? This is, for those who weren't here last year, maybe to remind people that were here this year, we did this a year ago. I was privileged to be invited by Bushwick Book Club to participate in the events that were coming up, and they said, we have a book already picked out. And I said, okay, cool, what's the book? And it was a graphic novel of Congressman John Lewis, who is a demigod, as you probably know. But something in my spirit said that if we're going to be putting things forward, then we should do an author who represents forward going. And so the first person I thought of was Octavia Butler. And it has turned out better than I expected. Octavia Butler, if nothing else, was a prophet, as you know, and we are now in those times. And it's good to be involved in artistic endeavors that reflect these times. We're all, in a sense, survivors of slavery. As such, what we do is make life. We can be morose about lots of things, trust me. But what we do best when we're hard pressed is to make life and to make art. And these musicians that you're going to hear tonight, I hope soothe you, provoke you, and inspire you. And if they don't, then you sleep. The best I can say about it. Now, since I'm a Baptist, and I know a lot of people don't do the religion thing, I don't do it either, really, except to mention that Baptists made rock and roll. So I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the fact that we are living spiritual beings, and as such, bringing the Baptists back into it, I'm a vocal spiritual being. So I'm going to encourage you to be a vocal spiritual being. to participate, whether it's by applause, whether it's by amen, brother, amen, sister, fuck yeah, brother, fuck yeah, sister, snap, snap, ashe, whatever you do it, all right? We're there now. I have all sorts of notes that I'm not going to read no more. I don't know if he told you about the upcoming Bushwick events. Did he? He didn't? Okay. Well, I'm going to do that real quick. There is a Seattle Arts and Lecture Poetry Series here, Poems for the Planet, that's going to be on Thursday, April 25th at Broadway Performance Hall. There is going to be a Tunes and Tales fundraising gala at Cafe Nordo's Knife Room on May 4th. That's a Saturday. There's going to be another one of these, singer inspired by Leaves of Grass, Walt Whitman's Leaves of Grass. That's Saturday, May 18th at the Hugo House. And original on May 18th. It's the same night. They'll clear it up if it's not. On May 18th, there is original music inspired by Ms. Marvel. Did I hear some rumblings there? Some people know who Ms. Marvel is. My husband makes me know this shit, all right? When you get them young, they make you know shit, right? Ms. Marvel is hero par excellence, novel, graphic novel, one of the later Marvel heroes that's going to help save the universe with the rest of us, okay? So you want to keep that in mind. And if you can't remember none of this, go to the Bushwick Book Club website. You good, okay? All right then. My first person that I get to introduce is the absolutely wonderful Tiffany Wilson. Love her.
And that there is Mr. Nate Bogopolsky, Nate B, on the guitar. Do you mind if I just sing for you? Okay. It's just a matter of time, or so it seems. No more American dream. We're searching through the night, trying to survive with no more finer things. Where we headed? Tell me what's next. What can we make of what we got left? No God above, just the one within. And love is the foundation. Though we slip back into the past and undo all that we knew and start again. Long as we know to change is to grow, it'll catch on. Oh, it'll catch on. Stranger things I've never seen. Oh, humans in captivity, the heart of mankind grown cold. Though we slip back into the past and undo all that we've known and start again. long as we know the change is to grow, it'll catch on. It'll catch on. Oh, we just gotta wait in the water. Wait in the water, children, wait in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Though we slip back into the past and undo all that we know and start again, long as we know the change is to grow, it'll catch on. Oh, long as we know the change is to grow, it'll catch on. Mr. Nate B.
I told you. I was remiss because I didn't introduce Nate B., the guitarist accompanying us. Thank you, Nate. The next person I'm going to introduce, if you don't know her, then you are extraordinarily new. Which is fine, you know. Ain't nothing wrong with being ignorant. Nikita Oliver is a Seattle-based creative artist, community organizer, educator, and attorney. I think that's all I'm going to say about her. Because there's a bunch of other words here, but they don't really prepare you for the vision that she is. So without further ado, I did it last year, I'm going to do it again. Please welcome Mayor Nikita Oliver. Accompanied by Rob Melnick.
Thank you so much. All right. I just wanted to say a few things about what I read before I performed this song. I've been thinking a lot about why Octavia Butler didn't write the third book before she transitioned. And for me, I think it's because at the time that she wrote the books, I think her books are prophetic. If you've read them, they read a lot like where we are right now. And I think the reason she had writer's block was because humanity had not yet figured out where it was going. So while there's a sense of hopelessness, I feel like in some ways at the end of the book, there's also hope there that we could do something different. I also found the relationship between Larkin and Olamina to be very revealing for me personally. As someone who does a lot of organizing work and activism in our community, I routinely think about what would that mean for my future children or my future family. And Olamina was very committed to seeing the Earth Seed become a reality, which for Larkin meant she felt like she didn't get the attention she deserved as a child. And as a queer, Black, mixed woman of color, I often am struggling with what world would I bring children into, and how could I bring them into a world that I'm not willing to figure out how to transform and make better, but what does that mean for our relationship together? And so I saw some things in that book that really got me to think personally, and that's part of what inspired this song. It's some of the things I think mother and daughter needed to or wanted to say to each other, but because of the reality of the world they were living in, those things didn't get to happen. And so how do we reflect upon that ourselves, with our own children, with our partners, with the people around us, as we try to transform the world we live in? Because I think we still have a choice to live someplace better, someplace different. So, all right. I write you a letter every day, imagining the things that you would say. Your world, mine, arise, beauty from decay. Question the time and the things we didn't say. They tell stories, you like guiding the way, but the brightest stars never get to stay. I wish we'd found more time to play. Our memories still burning like sage. So tell me, where have all the tall trees gone? When did the sky become so wrong? When did your heart forget its song, and your body the melody it longs? When we hold life in our arms, when we hold life in our arms, when we hold life in our arms, when we hold life in our arms. I'm angry at the days the light never seems to stay, the night a veil we can't erase. The stars call me free, but I'm afraid to chase, so I just stay in place. You say God has changed, but it seems the worst things remain the same. I want to believe in you, I want to believe you're true, but it's hard when you're always out of view. So tell me, where have all the tall trees gone? When did the sky become so wrong? When did your heart forget its song, and your body the melody it longs? When we hold life in our arms, when we hold life in our arms, when we hold life in our arms, when we hold life in our arms. Oh, you've been looking at the stars, looking at the sun, can't keep your feet on the ground. I've been looking at the stars, looking at the sun, can't get my feet off the ground. So tell me, where have all the tall trees gone? When did the sky become so wrong? When did your heart forget its song, and your body the melody it longs? When we hold life in our arms, we hold life in our arms. When we hold life in our arms, when we hold life in our arms. Oh, da da dum, la da dum. Ooh.
The next performer I met a few years ago, not that many, but a few, at a town hall event called a Hootenanny. I expected very little from it. Well, no, I didn't expect little from you. I expected little from the whole shebang. And I left in tears. I really did. It is my pleasure to present to some of you and introduce to the rest of you, Brother Reggie Garrett.
Check. That'll be all right down there. Thank you. Check. When I did the last book, the last Octavia Butler book we did, The Parable of the Sower, a whole lot of ideas came to me because it was just filled with so much possibility. And there were a lot of things, kind of more contemporary concerns that I kind of pushed aside because it kept screaming out to me, this is what's going on right now, right about that, right about that. And it kind of blows me away. It's almost like she really did have a connection to look into the future and talk about what was going to happen, because it's astounding how accurate she was about what is going on right now in this country, actually around the world, but particularly in this country. But I pushed that back and wrote about something that was a little bit closer to me, a little nearer and dearer to my heart. When I read this one, it smacked me in the head again, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna have to do something about it. So I wrote this thing. I decided to step outside the story just a little bit, and I tried to talk about it to some extent, but also some historical concerns, also some contemporary concerns, and hope you like it. Stole my child, took her away. And now I cry for her every day. It's so easy for you to ignore, but I've seen this all before. Locked us in and threw away the keys, bestowed their cruelty so carefree. There's so much pain to answer for, but I've seen this all before. In this long night there is no place to hide. Will they ever lose when they have God on their side? The faithful's crusade to evangelize leaves us to drown in a sea of lies. Don't know if we'll all make it back ashore, but I've seen this all before. conquer anyone, it seems. Starve and smother all your dreams. No way you will ever rest assured. But I've seen this all before. The nation shuns those despised few. Unclean beliefs, a blasphemous hue. Let's purify this land forevermore. 'Cause we've seen this all before. In this long night there is no place to hide. We have so much to lose when they have God on their side. This dark night of our soul abides. All reason trampled and cast aside. We just cannot allow this to endure. 'Cause we've seen this all before. Yes, we've seen this all before. We've seen this all before. Thank you.
Reggie has to date 5 CDs, and if you check out the merch table, you'll see one of them there. All right? Okay. The next performer is Levon Hardison. I'm stumbling because I just met Levon maybe an hour ago, and we hit it off just like that. She's my new best friend. Earshot Jazz Vocalist of the Year, performs around the Pacific Northwest. Catch her without her banjo. She's bringing a banjo, y'all. May 8th at the Seattle Art Museum as a part of Earshot's The Art of Jazz. And May 29th at the Bellevue Jazz and Blues Festival. And find her complete calendar at levonhardison.com. Please welcome my new best friend, Levon Hardison.
Hello. I'm getting there. Thank you. Perfect, thank you. So I was introduced to Octavia Butler in my younger years, and I remember being so delighted that brown girls were going to make it to the stars. We were going to survive. We weren't going to be red shirts, but we were actually going to make it, and that was so, just delighted me to no end. And when Octavia Butler passed, I was truly heartbroken. Yeah, because She felt like she had so much work to do, but I figure she must be stirring it up somewhere. And she's inspiring so many other African American female writers. So, the name of the song is Earthseed. Tell me, what do brown girls dream about more than boys, more than tears? They dream of gravity unlearned, of Saturn's 3 rings, Mercury's burn. They dream less about clues and less about friends. They dream less about phones and more about endings and comings. Of life that goes beyond 4 walls, of Jupiter's red, orange and brown, where the pen is key and the paper door, where nighttime skies are better shores. When the changer came and Jesus was done, and the blood turned ink was the prophet's new earth seed cast on the new ground. Indifferent changer, life rearranger, when that shatters the rock, new direction exchanger. Life and maker, pay the piper, wake up shaker, unite, divide, unrelenting deal breaker. The galaxies move, everything changes, the stars ignite, everything changes, the planets turn, everything changes, and still the changer burns. The galaxies move, everything changes, the stars ignite, everything changes, the planets turn, everything changes, and still the changer burns. Tell me, what do brown girls dream? No black and white stage, just star-filled dreams.
I just want to kind of briefly announce that we have a truncated show because a couple of performers couldn't make it, and I just want to embrace the spirit of those performers. They're doing well. I talked to both of them actually, but they needed to not be here tonight. Johari is not here, and JusMoni is not here. I hope in the future you get a chance to peep them when they're back with us, because you will adore them and cherish them. I have not met the next performer yet, but I'm fitna, just like you fitna. His name is Arthur James. He plays with a band called Lyle, releasing their third single on April 27th at Ballard Homestead, and Lyle will be opening for Whitney Manger, whom I also adore, at the Tractor Tavern on May 30th. Please welcome with me Arthur James.
Hello. Whoa, it's so loud in here. You guys ever do that thing where you write a song the night before you're supposed to sing it? You know what I'm talking about. We're gonna be fine. Yeah, so I wrote this last night because I'm busy, you guys, okay? Every time someone gets done, I've been back in the green room like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, these guys are all incredible, and yeah, and there's me. When I was a kid, I don't remember what age, maybe 8, 9, 10, my mom gave me 2 books. She was one of those moms that wanted me to read. This Nintendo's not good enough. And actually, 2 books that she gave me right away were I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, and it was another book by Octavia Butler, and I never read the book by Octavia. So in a weird way, when I got this, I'm going to call it an assignment, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I just remember being like, oh my God, I have to do this for my mom. But the book's crazy. I don't know if anybody's read it, but what she knew, I don't know. She, like, I was just reading it and I'm like, you're a fucking wizard. How do you know that like all this stuff is gonna happen 20, 30 years ago? But the stuff that she touches on, you know, the interpersonal relationships, just the humanity of people is very interesting to me. You know, what happens when trauma just sort of bombs the world and you're left with just people and how they're gonna interact and be with each other is very interesting. And so this book was, turns out it was all right. It was a good book. Mom, get off my case, Mom. I decided to, when I was writing this, I didn't really know what to touch on, but so the lyrics may seem a little vague, but if you read the book, it doesn't matter because you'll get it. Anyway, the chanting and the ceremony of burying their dead was something that was kind of hit me pretty hard because there's a need as humans, I feel like, for, you know, we have a ceremony for making tea. You know, we need that. And that really sort of struck me as something that was important. So I'm going to sing that song. It's called We Are Star. I found a line and I traced it back to a hole in the hills, cut up and bruised like a brand new tattoo I got just for the thrill. They had stories and worry and a list full of hurry now. But the sky that night, you could hear me upstairs making our bed, and I knew that we were all right. We are
We are star, we are silk, we are stone, we are mind, we are star. We ran to the corners of the map. They gave us to. We're blessed, all our children below, with the books they told us were truth. Said if you got blood in your veins, you don't stand a chance. And I stole your eyes from across the room like I deserve them. We are silk, we are stone, we are mind, we are star, we are silk, we are stone, we are mind, we are star. We are star. We are star. We are star. Thanks.
The next performer I've known for, I'm going to guess, close to 20 years. A wonderful spirit, a great performer. And if she has any of her CDs that she released last year, I implore you to purchase one. Please welcome my friend J.R. Rhodes.
Yeah, I'm with him. This came through this morning, so we're on a journey together. Yeah. It's really wonderful to be here. Whoops. Yeah. To be here with everyone. And I love buildings that have been around for a while. You know what I mean? You can just feel, it just feels so good in this building. And there are a lot of doors, too, right? It's like a magic house or something. Anyway, yeah, this has been great experience reading her books. I got to play the last version of this, Parable of the Sower, and yeah, this one well, the same with the other one. Like her spirit, her determination is just so moving, and her commitment to making a new and better life for everyone. So this song, I call it I Can See the Stars from Here. There's a lot of or I was drawn to the references of the stars and earthseed rooted in the stars, and even the portion where Teresa gets, well, she's wearing the collar and gets, ultimately killed. Sorry, spoiler alert. But she was looking at the stars. So here we go. All that's been given has been taken. I'm so tired of scratching for existence. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. If I listen to fools, I could be fooled to give in, but I look up reminded to begin again. 'Cause I can see the stars from here. I can see the stars. I can see the stars from here. I can see the stars. I do what I do 'cause it must be done. I am a dreamer, not a fool for anyone. My heart's on fire. My heart's on fire. I won't listen to fools or give in. I look up to remind me to begin again. 'Cause I can see the stars from here. I can see the stars. I can see the stars from here. I can see the stars. I won't listen to fools or give in. I look up to remind me to begin again. 'Cause I can see the stars from here. I can see the stars. I can see the stars from here. I can see the stars. Thank you.
I met our final performer also closer to 20 years ago than not. back when we was lesser known. I met him at a record store that I was managing on Broadway, and I actually kind of flirted with him. I'm gonna be ashamed, I kind of flirted. And uncharacteristically for me, oh, hey, what's up? Look at him, serious for real. And so I went out and introduced myself, and I said, "What's your name?" And of course, I will never forget the first time I met him, because he says, "My name is Soul Child." And I was like, it's been a pleasure to know him and to hear him and to be able to introduce him once again. Okanomode, Soul Child.
Hello. I'm trying to figure shit out. How's everybody? Who read the book? So yeah, this one for me, it was a bit darker than that first one, Parable of the Sower. I mean, they both had their darknesses, but this one was, yeah, it was no joke. Actually, I need something. We're just gonna act like this is a living room show. I'm gonna steal this for a second. I was a little anxious when I got here, so I wasn't really taking care of business like I should have been. I was socializing and doing other shit, drinking wine. So I'm just gonna take my time and get set up here, if you don't mind. This is not cute. They're filming. I can't be having a water bottle. That's not cute. Okay. Okay, here I am. So for those who read the book, of course, there's a lot in the book about shaping the future, shaping God, shaping your community. And so my song is called Shaper. And it starts off a little dark, but it's kind of hopeful in the end. But this is I kind of took inspiration from the moment in the book. I can't remember the name of the character in the book, it's during the moment when Olamina and her community, Acorn, have been captured. And there's a moment where one of the women who has been tortured and assaulted decides, this is the moment where I've had enough, and even if I have to go, I'm taking somebody else with me. So I always like those characters in the movie. Ride or die. So I'm going to do this song here, and here we go. Of wanderers, seekers, lovers, and there's nothing you can do to turn us around. We have all had enough degradation, dictation. Your nation masturbation. A few of y'all are going to the boneyard tonight, yeah. Either my first day of freedom or the last thing I do here. But this moment's do or die, and we're about to turn this thing upside down. We are an army of creators, caretakers, peacemakers. But make no mistake, we are resistors and defenders. When it's time to throw down, no matter what you do, we don't die, we multiply. So you can try and take me out if you choose, but I'll be back by the next full moon. Oh, either my first day of freedom or the last thing I do here. But this moment's do or die, so it's time to turn this thing upside down. Hey, 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 hey. Wake up, shaper, maker of the new world. Wake up, maker, shaper of a new love. Wake up, shaper, maker of the world. Wake up, maker, shaper of new
Thank you. I have some thank yous before we get on with our way. I want to thank Mo and Dominique for sound. Michael Wallenfels for the show poster design. Volunteers Vivian and the rest of them for volunteering. Thank you. A special shout out to Melissa, Montalto, Wes, Amanda, and the person who introduced me to this entire concept, Bushwick Production, Jeff Larson. Want to thank Partner Town Hall, and very specifically, Langston Hughes for allowing us to be and use this space. As for me in my house, I'm going to go meditate at home with some weed, because I ain't Shane. And I want to encourage you to enjoy the moon. Thanks for being here.
Yeah. Come on, boys, let's have a ball.